Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnik Sports Update. Long Ding. Yeah, that's right. That really is his name. Just one of the 50 guys who were at the rookie mini camp. He's a kicker from China. Really interesting story. Was a guy who just basically was a rugby and a soccer player. Went to like a rogue football camp. Turned out he had a real aptitude for kicking a football. Ended up at Norwich in New England. Now he's out of school and he's in an NFL camp. Why do they need a kicker? It has nothing to do with Scobie. It's got everything to do with if you're going to practice special teams, and if any of these guys make the team, it's probably going to be as a special teamer outside of the draft picks, then you got to be able to kick the ball, so you need a kicker. They did that. They also had Brian Anger there, who still had hang time of about 4-7 and said he was jet lagged and really had kind of what he called an off day. Justin Blackman worked as hard, maybe harder than everybody else. And when you watch Blackman on the field, his physical skills are obvious. He's a superior athlete. There's no question about that. Great hands, catches the ball. But his attention to Jerry Sullivan, the coach, I thought was very impressive. How he conducted himself. This guy's the number one pick. He could have pranced around and done nothing. But instead, he worked harder, at least as hard as everybody else. And then when you talk to him afterwards, guy's a very impressive guy when you talk about what his motivation is to play football. And that is the thing that will carry him through some tough times, and I'm sure that there will be some coming up. The Jaguars with 4 practices this weekend. Then they go back to the OTAs in March, and then the regular minicamp comes up June 12, 13, and 14. And they haven't announced it yet, but that's going to be open to the public, so you can put that on your calendar if you want to come out and see the Jaguars for those 3 days at the practice field. Should be a lot of fun as we go through this. NBA playoffs continue. Now that Derrick Rose is out in Chicago, certainly looks like Miami could get to the finals. And what about Oklahoma? I mean, the Thunder could be actually for real if they're mature enough to get past a team like the Lakers. But that would be a fun final to watch, wouldn't it? Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Miami Heat. All that still to come. Plenty more coming up in the next week. I'm Sam Kavaris, and that's the Nimnik Sports Update.